Welcome back. The objective of today's video is to look at what is future value, present value, and what is the cash flow diagram. Now, this part of the subject will cover a good 40-50% of the course, and it is very important that you know how to use these formulas and these ideas very confidently. Okay, so the first thing we'll look at is future value. Now, future value is just calculated as the following: F equal P bracket 1 plus R to the T. This is exactly the same as our compound interest formula, and all it says is that if we have some money now and we put it into the bank, then we can determine how much it is worth in the future, hence the term future value. At the same time, we can work reverse and find the present value of something. Present value is calculated by P equal F over 1 plus R to the T, and all this is just a rearrangement of the future value formula. Okay. Okay. Now, the last thing we'll look at today will be a cash flow diagram. Now, cash flow diagram is extremely useful in doing this sort of calculation in determining the future value or present value of something. And all it is just a timeline, and where cash flow occurs, you put either an up arrow for getting money or a down arrow for losing money. So in this example, you can see that at year 0, which is the way we write for the present moment, you pay $100, and in a year time from today you will gain $110. And it could be a very simple question like, do you take this offer or not? Well, in order to do so, we need to have some idea what is the interest rate, so we can determine whether our $100 today is worth more than the $110 later, or the vice versa. Okay, so from here we're going to do an example based on this question to illustrate the use of present value and future value. One thing to note is that when you do this calculation, the conclusion that you get must agree whether you do present value or future value. Okay, so let's assume for this question that the interest rate is 12%. Okay, so we're going to start off by looking at how much does that $110 is worth if we were to go through with the deal. So we put our future value of $110 in, because that is the future amount that we will be receiving, into the formula. We know our interest rate here will be 12%, and the period of time will be 1 year. So we put the calculation and we find out that our value is $98.21. So therefore, our $110 that we'll get in 1 year will only be worth $98.21 now. So obviously you will not pay $100 for this deal. Okay, so let's do this same example using the future value formula, and we see whether we'll get the same conclusion or a different conclusion. Okay, so here we're kind of taking a different approach, saying how much will the $100 that we give out at this moment be worth in a year time, and whether the $110 that we get be worth it or not. So we put our $100 into the formula P equal P bracket 1 plus R to the T, and we determined that the future value here is $112. So therefore, again, we will not take this offer, because you will not pay 100 to get 110 when you can get 112. Thank you.